It is May 26th of the year 2021. Here's the summer field, couple weeks in. Everything is growing really nicely, which is great because it's going to be a billion degrees on Monday. When they say summer is just around the corner, they're not lying. Um, so yesterday I was out here doing a big push trying to get a bunch of stuff done before it gets ugly. And someone popped by and said, "Hey, you look like someone who knows a thing or two about vegetables. I have questions." So this nice person just started growing vegetables for the first time this year, which made me remember there are a lot of people growing vegetables for the first time. And there are just certain things that, I didn't know when I first started growing vegetables. I just scratched out a spot in the ground, plunked them in, and flooded them, and then wondered why they didn't do good. So this person had paving stones down on the ground and removed them and added a soil conditioner, which I suppose is probably like a gypsum sulfate kind of deal, and then put in squash, and at this point is seeing that the new growth is kind of wilting and a weird color. So it sounded like a nutrient deficiency to me rather than overwatering. But there are a few things that he completely missed that I definitely completely missed when I was first new to things that I feel like need to be addressed. So for those of you growing food for the first time, bear this in mind. So ideally, before you plant, you have dug in some compost and some fertilizer. Now, if you've already planted and you've done neither of those things, you still have options. You can throw down compost along the top of the soil as a mulch. If you're not a digger or a tiller, you can just throw down compost every year and build topsoil, and that should work. And then you can use a liquid fertilizer to feed your plants. The thing with vegetable production is that these plants are productive by definition, and accordingly, they need resources. A lot of the soils that we deal with in the home especially have been completely depleted, likely just removed outright when the place was built. And so you need to make sure that there is some organic matter in there. You need to make sure there are some nutrients in there. You can also do a soil test. A lot of different garden centers sell super simple ones for folks at home that'll give you an idea of where your really important plant nutrient values are at, and that can be extremely helpful, and I recommend it to anyone and everyone growing food. Beyond that, the big thing is water. It's going to be 103 degrees Fahrenheit on Monday or so, and so making sure your plants have enough water is important to keep them from wilting. But it's also really easy to forget that your nutrients aren't available if they're dry. They need to be in the what they call soil solution, which is just a cute way of saying dissolved in the water that you're irrigating with. So do make sure to water enough. I believe these emitters on this strip line are about 1 gallon per hour, and so we're doing about an hour of watering right now. I'm probably going to bump that up this weekend just to make sure that if the soil hasn't, or the roots haven't penetrated the soil deeply yet, that they're taken care of. So those are some simple tips. I don't know. Gardening's hard. Don't feel bad if stuff dies. And the growing season's long, so you always have time to replant. Hope y'all are having fun doing that if you are, and let me know if you have any questions. In the meantime, stay out of trouble, and we'll talk to you soon.